Morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you to everybody that joined us yesterday for our After Dark edition. We had so much fun. Special thanks to Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl for joining me again. Lucas, we missed you yesterday, but I did get to see Lucas this morning, and I know he's doing much better. So thank you to everybody that wished him well yesterday. He's doing much better. He was having some sinus issues because he had been out in the heat and the humidity all day. It was just a miserable day for him. So we appreciate him hanging out with us again today. He's with us at least for a little while in the morning. Then he's got he's got some plans with his family. I'm completely tongue-tied today, y'all. It has been a busy week here on the channel. My goodness. I have had 3 live streams and 2 videos go out this week. And I mean, there's only 7 days in the week. It's been busy. We started last Sunday with our live stream like we do every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central. And then that just kicked off the week. We released a new video on Tuesday. It was a quick little 8-minute video on one of the floral states of America, which is... It has become such a fun little project for me, not only because of the block itself. They're so cute. I love the fabrics that Cotton Cuts has picked out for us, but I'm also really enjoying the little research projects that I've been doing for each of the states. I've been learning a lot of things I just didn't know about the individual states. So I encourage you to do a little bit of research on your own and kind of follow along with us. It's been a lot of fun so far. Then on Wednesday, we had another live stream, which is a new series that we're going to be starting here on the channel. We're not doing a live stream every Wednesday. It'll probably only be 1 or 2 times a month. And then we're going to call that Wild West Wednesday, and that's in honor of the Wild West Puzzle Mystery Quilt from Cotton Cuts. Lucas has been joining us on that one. Excuse me, my goodness. So if you didn't get to check that out, make sure you do, because he was the one behind the machine, and I was... Madam Presser, if I remember correctly. That's the name we used. I was his iron woman, if you will. So that was a lot of fun. Make sure you check that out. He actually will be posting pictures of his clue either later today or maybe he already did on our Facebook group. So make sure you check that out as well. That was a lot of fun. Today we're going to be working on my clue for Wild West. I've got it all laid out here, so we're going to be working on that today so that I can catch up. And then I also have another Tree of Life project that we're going to be working on as well. But that was on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we released another Floral States of America video. That was for our next state. I believe it was New Jersey. We are about 3 months behind. Well, actually we're only 2 months behind on that project now. So we're trying to catch up so that we can get caught up with everybody else, and so we can start working on them the same as everybody else. So that's why you've been getting 2 of those a week. Eventually those will cut down to just 1 a week when we get caught up. But I've been having a lot of fun with that. So that was on Thursday. And then, of course, yesterday we did another live stream with Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl where we worked on Clue 7 of our Tree of Life Cotton Cuts project, which was a lot of fun. Mama Joyce is working on the Moonlit colorway, and I am working on the Tranquil colorway. And then I also have, I mentioned earlier, I also have that second one that I'm working on called Rosewood. I did do 1 extra clue for that one yesterday in the late hour of the stream. I did finish one of the clues up. I didn't really talk about it too much. I just went ahead and sewed it up. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's been busy the last couple of days. And I expect it to be busy here for a little while longer until we get caught up with our Floral States of America project. And then hopefully things will slow down a little bit. Poor Mr. Wizard, I haven't seen him, I think, in 2 weeks. I've been in here doing, recording and editing and research and things like that. So I don't think I've seen him in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure he still lives here. Well, like I mentioned today, we are going to be, today is just Whips and UFOs. I try to do this about once every 6 or 8 weeks. We do a Whips and UFOs episode on the channel where we can just kind of relax a little bit. There's nothing really crazy going on. We're not going through any tutorials. We're not picking up on any of the projects that we were working on. We're just kind of taking a day to relax. Just kind of pulling stuff out of our stash and finishing that up. Y'all, I'm sure you guys have just as many Whips and UFOs as I do. I can guarantee you that there are at least 2 of these purple bins back here that are full of Whips and UFOs that we're going to try and get to at some point throughout the rest of the year here. I've got a Halloween project that I needed to pull out. I thought I had pulled it out, but I might have stuck it back in there that we need to pull out and start working on because I want to get that one done. So there's lots of stuff coming up here on the channel. So make sure you pay attention. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you click that notification bell so that you'll be notified of everything that comes up. I try to, especially with the live streams, I try to put up previews for those, schedule them ahead of time so y'all can know what's going on and pick and choose what you're able to participate in and what you're not. Yeah. Just the train just left the station, y'all. The thought was there and it just completely left. While I'm reminding you guys about doing things other than subscribing, make sure you go down there and click that like button for me. Give that a little tickle. It really likes it. Yesterday somebody said they paid rent. I thought that was a cute way of saying it too, so I appreciate that. And don't forget about our merch. If you guys are interested in one of these cool coffee mugs just like me, you can do !merch in chat. It'll bring you to a link. The coffee mugs they're a little pricey, I'll be honest. I think they're like $15. However, a portion of that goes back to the channel. I think it's like $5 or $6 goes back to the channel, and every dollar that goes back to the channel goes into the channel. I need you guys to understand that every dime that you guys put into the channel, whether it be a super chat or super sticker, or whether it be a coffee mug or whatever, or even just a donation, a tip or a donation, that all goes right back into the channel for all of these new fun projects that we have. I have a separate account set up for all that, so I never touch that for my own personal stuff. That's only for the channel here. The channel is always 100% free. I do not want anyone to feel obligated to give anything. You do not have to give anything. The only thing I have ever asked of you is just to hang out with us for the day. Whether that be live or whether that be in replays, that's all I've ever asked. And that's all I will ever ask of you. But I just like to remind other people, if they wanted to give more or do something else for the channel, they are welcome to do so. Alright, so let me take a sip here for just a second. I've been so winded today. It's really, really humid out today. It's not hot. It's only like, I think we're going to be a high of 78 to 80 today, which really is not that warm for this time of the year up here by me. But it's going to be really, really humid, and the humidity makes it hard for me to breathe. I have asthma, as you guys know. Yum. I have asthma, as you guys know, so sometimes it can just be, I can get a little winded. And you know, I talk too much and I talk too fast, so that doesn't help. That really does not help things. I was reading through chat just before the stream, and I saw somebody, I want to say it was Dawn from My Quilt Project, who said it was going to be 107 by her today. My goodness. And she said her AC was on the fritz. Dawn, if that was you or whoever that was, I guess I'll find out here in a minute as soon as I hop into chat. But my goodness, I hope that you're able to find ways to keep cool. I'm hoping that there's a cooling center that you can go to. I know here in the Chicago area they have cooling centers. There's sort of public buildings that you can go to that have running AC, where you can go there. You can hang out there for the day. It's usually a community center of some kind. A lot of times they're doing games of bingos and things like that for people to cool down. So hopefully you're able to find a way to cool down, and hopefully it doesn't last too long for you. But girl, I've been thinking about you today for sure. My goodness. I am grateful that is not the case, but I also don't think I'm going to be outside much at all today. I think I'm going to be in here most of the day. But it's nice and cool, at least in here right now, with all the lights that I have in this room, because I don't have really good lighting in my home. So with all the lights that I do have in here, it does have a tendency to get a little warm, but I've got a fan going that'll kick on here in just a few minutes. Let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody there, and then let's go ahead and start to get started with these whips and UFOs. I don't think I'm really going to go through any type of tutorial with these, explain to you guys what I'm doing. I do have the zoom camera up. That's what this little thing is here hanging down. This is my zoom camera. So I'll probably turn that on so you guys can see what I'm doing from that perspective, but I don't think I'm going to go through a real big tutorial on this. If you are putting this clue together, clue 1, I encourage you to go back and re-watch the video with Lucas, where he was actually being the one that was giving you the tutorial. He did a fantastic job for his very first time behind the machine and on camera. He did a fantastic job. So, if you do need assistance with this particular clue, I encourage you to go back and re-watch that particular video, because that one will give you a little bit more information than the one here today, because today I'm just going to kind of relax a little bit today, because I feel a little overworked, a little overwhelmed, a little overworked this week. So that's what we're going to do today. So let me pop into chat. I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top, so give me just a second, because there's quite a few people in there today. And I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top and say hello to everybody. And I believe the very first person in chat today was Linda. Let me see if I can find that. Yes, Linda Denton. My goodness, girl, you were there. You were there really early. And even she says that. She says, hello. Oh, wow. I'm very early. Looked at the clock wrong. Honey, I've done that too. I understand. But thank you so much for being the very first person in chat. I really appreciate it. I always give a very special shout out to the very first person because I'm just so honored that you guys are there so early. It always floors me when I pop into chat and I go live and there's people already there. So I truly appreciate that, and I love every single one of you, so thank you for that so much. Brat46 was in there not too long after her, so good morning, Brat. Thank you so much for joining us again this morning. Kathy's one of our newer moderators, so good morning, Kathy. Thank you so much for being here. Kathy has her own channel as well. If you're interested, you can do !Kathy in chat. You can check her out. Her streams are so much fun because she always has people on them, and it's like a quilt retreat every time you watch it. It is so much fun. I love trying to catch her. I do try to catch her as much as I can during the day. Unfortunately, I do have my corporate job, so I can't always catch her. But sometimes I'm able to catch her for a couple of minutes and just pop in and say hi real quick, and then I gotta go back to work. But I do try to catch her as often as I can. But she is so much fun. They have such a great time. They have some really interesting conversations. They run the gambit with their conversations. It's so much fun. So make sure you check that out, especially during the day. Lots of fun. Judy's with us this morning. Hi, Judy. So great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. Naomi, welcome back. So good to see you again. I know you're kind of AWOL there for a little bit of the summer, but we appreciate that you're back. You know, things are starting to settle back down. Summer's just about over. All the kids are going back to school. Lots and lots of fun. Lorraine, good morning. And gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I hope things are going fantastic for you. Let us know how you're doing. Dawn, good morning. I think I mentioned your name already, but good morning again. Thank you so much for joining me today, or joining us today. We appreciate you being here. Let's see. Am I missing anybody else? I'm scrolling through here. Give me a second. La 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 la. I got some awesome music in my ear today. Did you guys like the music this morning? I don't know what happened, but I really liked the channel we picked this morning. Lots of fun. Oh, hi, Terry. I love your pink hands. Your pink hands are so much fun. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Terry is one of our other newer moderators. So if you guys have any questions about anything, make sure you ask one of the three of them. Lucas is also in chat, at least for a little while. Lucas is in the house. He's hanging out with us for just a little bit. So if you guys got any questions about the thimbles or anything about the channel, make sure you ask one of those three people there. And of course myself as well. I'm happy to answer it for you. If you're looking for an answer specifically for me, I'm going to ask you to do me a little bit of a favor and tag me in your comment. And how you do that is you use the @ symbol, which is that A with the circle around it. Or if you do Shift number 2 on your keyboard, that's the same one. And then type in the name of the channel. That's So Not an Expert, with the spaces. And what that does, and then you put your message in, and what that does is it highlights it on the screen for me. So then that way I can really see that you're trying to ask me something. So then that way I can make sure to follow along. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Because otherwise sometimes the messages kind of get lost in them with all the Streamlabs stuff, which is great. I think it's fantastic that you guys play all these games, but sometimes messages get lost, and I hate missing them. I really do. So make sure if you were looking for a specific answer from me, make sure you tag me in it. So I can see it right away. Also, the moderators are watching for messages specifically for me as well, so they kind of remind me. If I get really bad at it, Lucas will start texting me. Which is totally fine. I appreciate that, and I've always told him, if I've missed something, you gotta point it back out to me, because I get really upset with myself if I missed it. Yes, that was Dawn. Okay, cool. I just found her original message, so that's really great. Well, not really great for her, but I'm really great that I remembered who it was. But Dawn, yeah, hon, I'm thinking of you today. I would offer for you to come stay by me, but it might be a bit of a drive. Judy says she's on a losing streak. Oh boy, she must be losing some of her thimbles on the slot machine games. Hopefully that'll turn around for you. Terry's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate that reminder to everyone. Let's see. Naomi says she's still drinking. LOL. I'm rehydrating is what it is. It must have been, but yes, I guess so. Too funny. Oh, that was a good one. Good morning, Susan. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Terry's making sure Lucas feels better. That's great. La la la. Terry says, I enjoyed the research as well. Stuff I didn't know or stuff I forgot. LOL. Well, good. I'm glad. Madam Whistledown. Well, but I'm not talking gossip here. I'm talking facts. But that's great. Terry, I'm glad that you enjoy it. Susan says she finally got the binding done on that quilt for the last quilt for the county fair. Susan, that is awesome. Susan, if you're part of our Facebook group, we would love it if you could go ahead and post pictures of those quilts in our Facebook group. We'd love to see them. Hi, Katie. Good morning to you. It's so great for you to join us all the way from Greenland. We appreciate you being here. Welcome back to the channel. Let's see. I'm just checking through here, see who else I might have missed. This music today it's got me bopping. It's pretty good. I've got it plugged in here into my ear so that I keep the music going, one, so you guys can kind of hear it a little bit in the background, but two, I keep it going for myself as well, because that's like my first clue that there's something going wrong with the stream, because usually the music cuts out before anything else. So that's one of the other reasons I keep it. Plus it keeps my energy up, because I'm like bopping along, because it's really good music. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I do. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Kelly had a new video post on her channel just recently as well, so if you haven't already, make sure you check her out. You can do !Kelly in chat. Thanks for joining us. Sylvia Martinez is here as well. Good morning, Sylvia. Thanks so much for joining us today. I know there's still a lot of people that like to lurk, or they just check their thimbles and hang out with us. That's fine. I totally understand that. Cooling center equals the shower. Yeah, Terry, I can understand that as well. Yeah, for sure. Susan says we had a light show with lots of rumbling thunder last night plus heavy rain. We did get a little bit of rain. I don't know if you guys remember, if you were watching our channel, if you were watching our live stream yesterday, I had Fur Baby join me. And I made a comment that the only reason she would be in here, because she doesn't like the machine, the only reason she would be in here is because there might have been thunder or fireworks. Mama Joyce is only 3/4 of a mile from me, so she basically can hear everything that I can. And she was pretty sure that it had been fireworks, but I'm pretty sure that it was thunder because it was raining when we ended the stream. So yeah, we had a little bit of rain last night. That's why it's been so humid. I have the hiccups. It's been so humid the last few days, but not super hot. The temperature hasn't been really high, at least not here. It's just been humid, which is normal for this time of the year here. I'm in northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, in case I forgot to mention that. We're in the, I guess you would consider that the upper Midwest. Dawn says the car will be the cooling for us, and we still have Wi-Fi. We park next to the house, sweating, and electrolyte replacement. Yeah, Dawn, hopefully it's short-lived and it only lasts the day, but, you know, try and keep as cool as you can. Cool like a cucumber. Linda says the Heist games, the bot does not like her. Linda, try hugging it. Sometimes it helps. It might be my fault because I did kick it this morning because it would not turn on this morning. So that might be my fault. It might be mad at me. Sorry. Dawn, yep. The shower water this time of the year, the water is so warm you don't have to use hot water. Yeah, and you don't want to either. You want to take a colder shower, so I get that, yeah. Judy says she had a light show with thunder and lightning and lots of rain as well. Dawn says it's only supposed to be in the 90s in a couple of days. Well, awesome. All right, looks like I'm all caught up on chat. If I miss you, I'm truly apologize for that. I try to catch it if I can, so make sure you tag me again in it, and hopefully I will see it the second time. You never know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with Clue 1. Like I said, I'm not really going to go into a whole lot of detail about what I'm doing, unless, of course, you have a question. I'm happy to answer it for you, or at least try to answer it. Again, not an expert. But I will try. Otherwise, let's just hang out for today. You know, just go grab one of your stashes. Go grab one of your whips or UFOs if you've got one. Go grab a fan if you're really hot. And just kind of hang out with us for today. You know, we're going to sip on some coffee or a beverage of our choice. Let's try not to make it anything alcoholic. It is way too early for that. But let's just kind of hang out. Yeah. All right, let me put this over here. I'm going to flip cameras real quick so you guys can actually see what I'm working on here. Give me a second. Ta-da! All right. For some reason, you know, the Zoom camera was doing a fantastic job yesterday. It did a fantastic job yesterday of showing you guys everything that was happening, and now today it's like this crappy green color. I don't know what's happening, but whatever. We're not really going to focus on it today. We're going to have, we're just going to kind of go along. So here's the colorway that I chose for my Wild West project. It's called Crimson Canyon. You guys can probably see the fabric better on the real camera than you can on the Zoom camera. But it's basically reds, grays, whites, and creams is the colors. And this is not normally a color palette that I would have chosen for myself. Reds are not really my thing. I'm just not big into reds. And grays are not really my thing because to me they're just too modern. But they have good uses, like the gray walls in my room here. You know, they had a good use. So, but they're just not normally my color palette. But for some reason, this colorway, the second I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to have it. I don't know why I have to have it, but I have to have it. So it was just one of those things where it spoke to me. I had to have it. I don't know if it was the poinsettias. I don't know what it was. But I just absolutely loved it. So the second I could, I signed up for it, and I got lucky because it did sell out pretty quickly. So apparently everybody else had the same feeling I did. But I have no idea what I'm going to use it for. Normally when I purchase these, I have an idea of who I'm going to gift this quilt to or who I'm making it for. This one I have no idea. So this will probably be one of the ones like my Olympia quilt here that I kept from a long time ago. It'll probably be like that one, and I'll probably end up keeping it for myself. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, but so this is the colorway. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. I like to keep my colorway pretty close to me because I don't remember all the colors. It's like Sean said, it usually takes me till about clue 8 before I remember them all. Especially with as many PMQs that I have going right now. I can't remember them all to save my life. So I just keep my colorway close to me so I can keep an eye on it. So I've got it tagged up right there. You guys can see it just off the camera right there. So we're going to go ahead and use that. But we're doing 2 pieces today. This is all we're doing is these 2 pieces. So this very first one is pretty simple and easy. It's going to utilize almost all of the colors. Not quite all of them, but almost all of them. I think there's 2 missing. But the first thing I like to do is lay out my pieces. I like to lay them out. Normally I have little alphabeties that I put on top of them so that I know which ones are which. I didn't bother with the alphabeties this morning because I've got my colorway, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this project. Why don't you guys fill me in? Tell me, oh, that was the other thing. Cotton Cuts, because this was clue 1. They gave us these really cool pens. Cotton Cuts has the coolest pens. Like, I love the color of them, and of course, it looks better on the regular camera than it does on here. But I love the color of them, and they write so nicely. Like, these are super extra fine tip pens. But they write really nice. In fact, Tony stole one of Lucas's pens already. So, Tony, I've got 2 more for you if you need them. They will be in my quilting cabinet here. But I like to keep them in the cabinet. So, if Cotton Cuts actually sells these as an individual item. So, if you really like the pens that you've gotten as a free gift, you can go on their website and order more of them. I think you can get them in packs of 5, I think. They are awesome pens. Awesome, awesome pens. Susan says the next PMQ, she's going to pick a colorway that she's not usually drawn to. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to do something like the green one that we're doing, the Tranquil that we're doing for Tree of Life. Not a colorway I wouldn't have normally selected for myself, but I truly am enjoying it. Oh my goodness, Marie, hello, my gosh, it has been so long since I've seen you. I hope you're well, if you're having a fantastic day today. Guys, Craft 2, welcome. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. So great to see you both. Katie, hello. Hi, how are you? My goodness, everybody's coming in. Good morning, Fern. Hello, good morning. Everybody got a late start this morning, and that's okay. There's no problem with that. Marie says, good morning, Danny, Lucas, everyone in chat. I was lurking last night on your live last night. You all were hilarious. Well, Marie, we appreciate you lurking. Thank you so much for that. I really love it. Terry says, I love their pens. Didn't know you could order them. Yes, you can. At least you could before. I have not looked in the last few minutes. But yeah, good morning, Sandy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to the channel. You'll have about 5 more minutes before you can participate in chat. But thanks so much for subscribing. We really appreciate that. Let's see. My goodness, so many new faces. I love it. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. But today's Whips and UFOs, so we're not really doing too much today. just kind of hanging out and doing some whips and UFOs. I was just talking about my Clue 1 for my Wild West that I'm going to catch up on. Lucas is doing that one with us as well on our Wild West Wednesday stream, so make sure you check that out. Sorry. Oh, I got a question about the slots and mini games. Hang on. I just saw that. Give me a second here. Do you guys think I should raise the max bet? Oh, Lucas is teasing you guys. He thinks we should raise the max bet for the heist and minigame. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this going. Tell me, guys, what have you all been working on? What whips or UFOs are you guys working on this morning? I'd love to hear more about it. Don't forget to post pictures of it on our Facebook group. You can do !FB for Facebook in chat. And we can all hang out for that. So I need fabric A, large triangle. And fabric C, which is this one, large triangle. Okay. Oh, I only need 2 of these. 2 of those, 2 of these. Alright. So tell me, what have you guys been working on? FB, Lucas, not Facebook. FB. Kelly says, I am back with peanut butter and bacon on toast. Both dogs are very interested. Yeah. Gosh, I can't imagine why. My goodness. I'm not a huge peanut butter fan. I mean, I will eat it on occasion, but I'm not a huge peanut butter fan. But that does actually sound like an interesting combination. I bet Mr. Wizard is like just salivating thinking about it because he loves peanut butter. That's like one of his favorites. Yeah, I think he's worse than the dogs when it comes to peanut butter. Let's see. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas put up the link for our Facebook. Sandy says she's been on a retreat this weekend. Oh, that sounds like fun, Sandy. Where is it a local place for you, or I mean, I don't want you to give away a specific address, but could you give us a city and state of where that retreat is at? Are you having a good time? That's what we want to know. Judy says, I'm starting my packing for my trip to Illinois in the morning. Judy, where are you headed? Oh, that's right. You did tell me. You're in the DeKalb area, right? Is it a Kankakee, maybe? Remind me again. You're kind of in the central section, if I remember correctly. That's right. I think I remember you mentioned it once before. Your daughter, is that right? Your daughter is close? You should see if you can get into a local quilt store and participate in the Illinois Shop Hop, depending on how long you're going to be here. I can give you some names and addresses if you're interested in some quilt stores in that area. Alright, these are done. Oh, did Mr. Wizard show up in chat? Did I miss him? I didn't see Mr. Wizard. Did he show up? Maybe he did. Yes, Kankakee area. Oh, awesome. Good morning, Mr. Wizard. I didn't see you pop up in chat, but I might have missed you. Good morning. Fern says hello to Mr. Wizard. So does Mr. Marie. So he must be in chat, and I just missed him. Well, thank you very much for popping in. He likes being called Mr. Wizard. He actually made me change his YouTube name to Mr. Wizard so he could participate in chat. I used to go to one, but they closed. Did get up the... I got some great deals. Did get up there and got some great deals. Kankakee. Let's check the book. Hang on. Let me go grab the book. Let me iron these up, and then let me grab the book, and let's see if we can find some for you. Gosh, I love these fabrics. I don't know why I love these fabrics, because like I said, this is not a colorway I would have selected for myself. This is just not in my normal wheelhouse, but for some reason, it just spoke to me. Like, I had to have it. Let me grab the book. I've got it up here. Oh, let's just hope I don't drop anything trying to grab it. Let me grab it. Let's see if we can find anything in Kankakee. Or in the area of Kankakee. I don't know how long you're going to be there, but we're going to help you out. Let's see. Let's see. I believe Kankakee is in the East Central location, I believe. I don't see anything specifically in Kankakee. But there's a bunch in that area. Judy, if you're interested, I can make a copy of this for you. I can scan it or take a picture of it and send it over to you so you can take a look at it. If you're interested, just shoot me a quick email. And if you're going to have time to stop at some of the stores there, I can send you a note here. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even realize it gives you prizes by region. I really need to actually read this magazine. You know what? I'm going to bring it down here so that I can actually read it later. Yeah. Send me a quick email. Right now, if you do exclamation point email in chat, it'll give you my email address. Send me a quick email that just says looking for stores near Kankakee. And after the stream, I'll go on there and I'll get you a list of them, okay? Lucas is hitting up all of our new members with some additional thimbles. So if you are a new member of the channel and you don't have any thimbles, make sure you hit up Lucas and he'll get them for you. I can see he's popping a bunch of people in there. I will be heading up 57. There's a really cool quilt store right off of 57. Ooh, where was that? My daughter lives off of 57. She goes to Eastern Illinois, and that's right off of 57. But there was a quilt store right off of 57. What was that one? I think that one was in Collinsville. If you're going to drive through Collinsville or close to Collinsville, it's kind of like mid-state. There's a really cool one called Oh So Personal, right in downtown Collinsville. That one was a really good one. Yeah, send me an email. I will get this to you. That way you can head up some of these quilt stores. It's a lot of fun to look at local stores. So if you're going to have a little bit of time, we can help you out with that. All right. Let's see. C is this one here. F is this one here. I just need 2. There's, yeah, there were a couple of them in Collinsville that were really nice, and I'm pretty sure those were off of 57. The thing is I got to look at the map, and I can't really do that when I'm live streaming. I got to look at the map and remember exactly where those were. We've been traveling so much the last couple weeks that I kind of forgot. But yeah, send me an email, and I'll have an answer for you this afternoon about those, if you're interested. Of course, if you're not really interested, then you don't need to. Awesome, thank you. We're sending Terry good luck. Terry, what did I miss? We're sending good luck to Terry. I always send good luck to Terry. But what did I miss? I'm sure I missed something in chat. What specifically? Are you entering something or? Lucas is having trouble sending thimbles today. I don't know if you're trying to do it through the command or if you're going to do it manually, Lucas. Might be easier to go on the website and do it. Anyone in the Great Pacific Northwest, the Harvest Shop Hop in Eastern Washington runs 9/21 to 10/6. That is exciting. the shop hop has been a lot of fun. I have found a couple of quilt stores that I didn't even know existed. So that was really cool. And that's kind of why I, got the magazine, is because I was looking for more stores. And I actually need to make a trip out to my new local store that I found. I actually need to make a trip out there for one of the projects that we're going to be working on here soon. Cha-cha-cha. I'm losing. Oh, they're all wishing you good luck because you keep losing. Gotcha. She keeps losing her thimbles. Alright, now I need this one here. Right? Yeah, I need 2 of these. Okay. So I am just putting together the first clue for our Wild West project. Tell me, guys, what have you all been up to? I know that we're getting towards the end of summer. Kids are going back to school. My daughter, Tony, Lucas's fiance, she just went back to school last week, the week before. I don't know. The time all runs together anymore. But she had moved in this past week, and she starts classes here soon. I know Taylor starts classes, I want to say next week. She lives down by school full time, so she didn't really have to move. She has an apartment down there. Both of them are in their senior years of college, so they'll probably be back home next year, or, starting off with their real lives next year. So we'll have some graduations and things this summer coming up that we'll need to do. One of our stepdaughters is receiving her master's. She's doing a ceremony, a graduation ceremony this week, to having received her master's from the University of Chicago. So we're super proud of her for that. It's really exciting. It's on a Friday, and unfortunately I've got some other stuff going in my corporate job, so I'm not able to take the day off. But Mr. Wizard will be there cheering her on. So we're really proud of her for that. She did an accelerated graduate program, so she got her master's in 1 year. Originally, she was going to do it in 18 months, but she ended up doing it in 12, which was just crazy and super stressful for her. But she was able to get it done. She's super, super smart. Just so smart. So smart. So we're really proud of her for that. I know she doesn't watch the channel, but we're proud of her anyway. Alright, A and F. This is F. Okay. This A fabric and this F fabric on this colorway, they're so close together, it took me a minute to figure out which one was which. Gazella, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. I saw you had left a comment on one of our videos earlier. Honey, I owe you a Thimbles redemption, and I know that I owe it to you, and I want to get it to you in the mail, but unfortunately it appears I do not have your address. So if you could email me with your address, then I can make sure to get that out at the end of this month when I mail out all of my redemptions. I also owe one to Fern as well. Hers is all set up, ready to go. It will be mailed at the end of the month. And that serves as a reminder to everyone, if you're interested in redeeming your thimbles for prizes, you can do so on every live stream and or a premiere of a video. You can also redeem them then as well, and then I can get them out to you. If you do exclamation point prizes in chat, it'll give you a list of the prizes that are available to you and the amount of thimbles that you need to have in order to earn them. And then you would do exclamation point redeem and then the command for that particular prize. I think the fat quarter is all one word, fat quarter. Then there's notion, random notion, I think is there too, if you are interested. Some people just like to collect them, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, please make sure you email me so I can get that over to you. Hi, Annabelle. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. Lucas has hooked you up with more thimbles. I know I promised them to you the last time you were here, and unfortunately I couldn't get to it, but Lucas should have hooked you up on that if he was able to get it to work. He was having trouble getting it to work earlier. But welcome back. So great to see you again. Thanks so much. All right. Now I need 2 more of these. Ouch. That was my toe. Right. Putting some pieces together. Show of hands in chat. How many of you are considering a Cotton Cuts PMQ, but you're still kind of on the fence about it? You know, you can use you can just say me, or you can use the hand raising symbol or whatever. Just show of hands. I'm just curious to know how many of you are still kind of on the fence about it. You know, especially those who have never participated in one before. You know, do you have questions about it that I might be able to help you answer? I am not an ambassador for Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is not a sponsor of these videos. I just really, 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 really like the company. I really like the programs. I love the quality of the fabrics and things that they choose. I have a really great time with it. So I do a lot with Cotton Cuts because you know, the pre-cut stuff really makes for easier projects, and especially on the channel. So I do a lot with Cotton Cuts, but I'm not Cotton Cuts exclusive. I know it may seem that way, at least right now, because we have so many projects going on for them. But I promise you, I'm not exclusive. And someone last week, I think it might have been Fern, who said that they had joined up for the Miss Quilty subscription box, and I want to check that out because I'd like to try and find some other ones that we could join and have fun with those as well. Gazelle, Danny, thank you so much, Gazelle, for that. I appreciate that. Hi, Carrie. Carrie says me. So, Carrie, you're still on the fence about a Cotton Cuts PMQ. I can understand that. I completely understand it. Are there any questions that we can answer for you? Like, you know, like I said, I'm an advocate for it. I'm not an ambassador. Cotton Cuts does not. There's no connection to Cotton Cuts at all. I just truly, truly love their company and their products and their services, and I have so much fun with it. Tons of videos on my channel about it, just because of all the fun that I have with them. Is there anything that I can answer for you to kind of maybe help you make that decision? Like, you know, do I think it's worth it? You know, how often do I get them? Things like that. Any questions that I might be able to answer for you. C is this gray one. That one's up here. So it goes that way. Okay. Like I said, I have a lot of Cotton Cuts projects that I work on. Not just the PMQs. I'm also doing the Floral States of America project because I think that's really cool. That idea was really neat. I also have in my arsenal 2 of their gnome projects that we'll be working on at some point. Hoping to get those done for the holidays. We'll see. I believe I am out of thread. Yeah, I'm out of bobbin. Yes, and Lucas is brand new to Cotton Cuts. He's just recently started his own journey with Cotton Cuts, and he decided to join it because of all the fun that everybody's been having. And he's not a sewer, not a quilter. He's never been behind the machine. So he is a great advocate for whether the process is easy to follow and good for beginners. Because like I said, he's never even been behind the sewing machine, let alone done any quilting. Gazella, honey, you got to put a command after that redeem code. So if you're trying to redeem for another fat quarter, you got to put fat quarter on the end of that. Or the Notion if you're trying to do that. And then that way I can just add it to your you can't see it, but like your envelope is literally right behind this cabinet door here. I've got it all set up, ready to go. I know I owed it to you. It came in while we were doing our move and stuff, and I just couldn't really get it out the door. So I know I owe it to you, and I will get it to you. It is going out this month. Right now I am putting together a Cotton Cuts clue for our Wild West PMQ that just started, so there's still time to sign up if you're interested. If you're doing the monthly subscription, it's about like $22, $23 a month. If you're doing the prepaid subscription, it's about $250, I want to say, for the subscription. And that's just if you want to buy the clues. Like, you don't have to buy the Oops kits. You don't have to buy the matching thread or any of that stuff. You don't have to buy any of that. Just the clues themselves. And everything is pre-cut for you. So you don't have to do any cutting or measuring of any kind. The instructions are really, really easy to follow. Oh, there it is. You redeemed it for another fat quarter. Awesome. I'll throw another one in your envelope. I had not sealed it yet, just in case. So I will throw another one in there for you. Not a problem. I've got plenty. I've got so many. So many. Alright, so there's that. Now we're going to attach these to this that we made earlier. Like this. Like that. The Floral States of America project that I was working on before, that I've been posting videos of, that one is sold out. So unfortunately you would not be able to join that one if you were interested. That one was a little bit more expensive just because you're getting 50 of them. So it was a little more pricey. I don't remember the exact price of that one, but it was a little bit more expensive. They still have, if you look at their... They have a section on their website for like clearance or on sale or previous projects. I can't remember exactly what the name of the section is, but they still have a section there that they're still offering the gnome kits, which are just so cute. We're going to be working on a couple of those table runner projects in the next few weeks, so I'm excited to show you guys what those look like. Super, super cute. Gazelle, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that, absolutely, if you want me to hang on to it. I usually try and get them out once a month, and I know that I have not been able to get them out to anybody because of all this moving and new quilting rooms and all this other stuff lately, so they were kind of on hold for a little bit, but I can hang on to it for a little bit longer if you'd like, if you're okay with that. But yeah, you are, the prizes, you're allowed to redeem those once per live stream. But you can redeem multiple types of prizes. So, like, if you, like, we'll use Gazelle as an example, and I apologize for that, but she just redeemed a fat quarter, so she can only redeem one fat quarter per live stream, but she can also redeem a free notion if she wants. The notions are basic notions. They're nothing too fancy or expensive. I've opened the notions box for you guys before to show you kind of what's there, but it's basically tools that I use every day that you guys see me on the stream, like purple thingamajigs and seam rippers. I've got thread holder or bobbin clips. I've got needle threaders. I've got all kinds of stuff. Marking pencils, marking pens. I'm trying to think what else is in that box. There's a whole mess of stuff in that box. I buy it in bulk, and then I just throw in a couple of them with every prize redemption. A and D. Go. So if anyone else is interested in redeeming their thimble prizes, now is a good time to do that. I try to mail them out once a month. Like I said, I am a little behind, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. We had to take like a 3-week hiatus here over the summer for vacations, and we were doing some construction on the house, and we were moving my studio into a different room, and there's just a bunch going on. So we had to take a 3-week hiatus on the channel, so things kind of got pushed back a little bit, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. I am loving my new room. Absolutely loving it. That's why the walls are still kind of empty for right now. Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl have been chomping at the bit, trying to get things on the walls for me, and I truly appreciate their suggestions and stuff. And they told me they want to take me to an antique store to try and find some stuff because they know how much I love antiques. I really do love antique furniture. So we're looking at ideas for quilting racks to put on the walls so that I can display some more of my quilt projects. Right now I only have the one sitting there. What's this one here? Yes, because it will be wonderful. I'm loving the room so far. I love the amount of space I have here, the organization I'm working through. But I do need some decorations. I do need to... I've been thinking about maybe getting one of those old wooden ladders to hang on the wall. Maybe either like this way or this way for displaying all of our pre-cuts. I thought that could be a really cool way to display some of them. I mean, I've got a bunch of ideas, and right now it was just kind of a matter of getting the paint on the wall, getting the flooring done, getting the paint on the walls, and then from there we would figure out what to do from there. So right now my walls are kind of empty, but they will fill up soon enough. There's plenty of time for that. I am not going anywhere. I'm going to be here a while. I'm still considering some new furniture. My quilting cabinet is not going anywhere, but I may... get a different cabinet. We'll see. Those are all things that are kind of stuff that I'm thinking about now that I've got a little bit more space to work with. I can do a little bit of a different setup, things like that. So we'll get there eventually. It all takes time. You guys know yourself. If you have your own quilting studio, then you know that none of that happens in a day. It all takes time. And I was in the other bedroom, very cramped space for a couple of years. So, not a big deal. We'll get there. What else is everybody else working on? Gazelle says, I don't have any decorations, just fabric and supplies and a lot of machines. Well, you know what, Gazelle? I feel like the fabric is a decoration in itself. And I have a lot of pre-cut stuff. You guys have seen it before, but I'd really like to find a better way to display it. I've seen it before on, Instagram or one of the other social medias where people have taken antique wood ladders and they've hung them on the wall and then used that as like a shelf, as like almost like a shadow box. And I like that look. I really do. I thought it was really neat. I really liked it. And I'd like to do something similar. Maybe not exactly like that. Maybe there's something different that I can find, but I'd like to do something like that. Trying to perfect a sewing room takes away from sewing. I've given up. Yeah, Naomi, I agree with you too, and that's kind of why it's like little pieces at a time. Like, I did purchase some wall hangings for this room. They're not stuff that you guys are going to see on the camera. They're actually going to be off camera. But I have not put them on the wall yet because I really haven't even 100% decided where I want them. But I really like the wall hangings, and so that's why I grabbed them when I found them. But I haven't 100% decided where I want them. They're probably going to be either... You guys can't see it, but there's a wall behind the camera here that they'll probably either be on that wall, because that wall you can see down the hallway when the door is open, or this wall here where the door is at. I haven't decided yet. And right now, like I said, all the walls are pretty blank. Furniture is kind of there, which is fine. So I really haven't taken a whole lot of pictures inside the room yet to show you guys what it looks like. All right. Sylvia says no sewing room here. Sylvia, I am lucky enough to have a sewing room now, but that wasn't always the case. That's actually one of the reasons why I purchased this particular cabinet. This cabinet used to sit in my kitchen. It was in the corner. I have a very, very big kitchen. I'm lucky in that regard, and I have a very big kitchen. And so this cabinet used to sit in the corner of my kitchen. And when I wanted to sew, I'd have to open the whole cabinet up, and then I'd do my sewing, and then when I was done, I'd close the whole thing back up because I needed the space in the kitchen. So I completely understand where you're coming from with regards to saying that you don't really have a sewing space. I get that. I do. Oh, this one's both sewn up wrong. I get that. I 100% feel for you. I am lucky that I have a sewing space now. And really the only reason that I do is because my kids have moved away to college. So. Susan says... Susan says, enjoying the cool morning before the warmer, hotter air settles in, working on Tulip Pink's 100 blocks, just sewed block 12 and way behind. I've seen that advertised a lot recently. There must be somebody must be doing something with it because I've seen that advertised a lot. So I sewed up this one piece of fabric because it's a two-tone fabric. I sewed it up backwards, so I'm going to pull it out real quick because you know me, I cannot have a live stream and without Jack coming out at least once. We downsized when the kids left. You know, we live in a very small house, and we've always lived in... So this house, when we purchased this home, not Mr. Wizard and I, but actually my ex-husband and I, purchased this home when the girls, my twin girls, Tony and Taylor, were 3 weeks old. We purchased this home as a starter home. We had not anticipated staying here forever. We thought this is a great starter home. It'll help us earn a little bit of equity so that we can upgrade to a bigger home. Well, that was just before the market crashed. The real estate market crashed. So the real estate market crashed, and so then the value of our homes all went down. So now, we are in a situation where we actually owe more on the home than we could sell it for. So we'll stay a little bit, so we decided to stay a little bit longer. And then, unfortunately, our marriage kind of crumbled, and I ended up buying him out of the home. But I didn't really have to pay a whole lot since we owed more than the house was worth. So then I thought, well, I'll stay here, because now I'm, a single mom trying to afford this on my own. So we'll stay here until I, see what the housing market does, see what happens. And then a couple years later, Mr. Wizard moved in with us. And, Mr. Wizard and I were talking, and we talked about buying a bigger home because now he brought with him his 3 daughters. So now there were, 7 of us living in this itty bitty home. And it was one of those things where, we kept talking about it, and every time we would have the conversation, it's like, well, the kids aren't going to be here forever. They're going to be off doing their own thing here soon. We're approaching teenage years, so they were going to be, getting their driver's licenses and getting jobs and things like that, and they just weren't going to be around much longer, hanging out with us all that much longer. So we just decided, no, you know what, we'll just stay, because what would happen is we'd end up buying a bigger home, only to then turn around and buy a smaller home again, and it didn't really seem like it was going to make all that much sense. So we decided at that time to just go ahead and start putting money into this home instead. So we started making small upgrades. That year we upgraded the bathroom. We had it gutted and upgraded. And then later, a few years later, we upgraded the kitchen and the laundry room. And now this year we did all of the bedrooms. And now the last room in the house is going to be the living room, which we have not done yet. We did a little bit of an upgrade to the living room, but nothing crazy. So we will be doing that one here probably in a couple years. But that's what we decided. Like I said, we haven't been hot about it for quite a while. We kept talking about it and kept bringing it up to each other, and finally we just decided it was just going to be easier for us to just stay where we were at. The girls are both moving out to college now, so now we have 2 empty bedrooms, basically. So Mr. Wizard will eventually, his studio is out in the garage, which is where he prefers it there right now, but he is limited based on weather. If it's too hot or too cold, he really can't be out there because it's not heated or air conditioned. It is connected to the house, so it does have a little bit of residual, but it's not heated or conditioned. So he will eventually take over the smaller room because he doesn't actually need nearly as much space as I do for what he does. His projects are much smaller, so that's why he got the smaller of the 2 rooms. Right now, Tony's still there, and she will be there for as long as she needs. But the plan is that once both girls are officially out of the house for good, Mr. Wizard will then move into the smaller bedroom for his quilting, for his model stuff. I know I've mentioned it on the channel and I've shown you guys it before, but Mr. Wizard makes model cars. That is his hobby. He's branched out into other vehicles as well. He does military vehicles. He's been doing some airplanes recently. No trains yet that I'm aware of. He did a boat. He did the Titanic. I think he's still working on that. I feel like I did this wrong. Or maybe not. I just need to make sure I do it correctly the second time here. So this one needs to go over here. So it needs to go here. Okay. Making sure I'm doing this right. I've already had pulled Jack out once. I'd really like to not have to pull him out again. And look at that, Lucas. You didn't have to pull Jack out. I did. So, there you go. Better at this than I am. Brat46, I agree with you, and the older homes all do. I wish I could live in one of those. I would love to live in one of those antique row homes. I would love that. But unfortunately, we do have some in our area, but unfortunately they've all been, rehabbed and redone, and so they're very, very expensive to live in. And that's why I really couldn't afford to do it. But I agree with you. I would love to live in a home like that. 100%. Yes, Lucas, you had boutiques. That's true. So you didn't have to worry about right sides and wrong sides. And these tone-on-tones, they get me every time. Every single time I have a tone-on-tone, I always end up doing at least one piece wrong. It's just kind of become the rule with me. The tone-on-tones. Go. Alright. Alright, this piece now. Dawn, I agree with you, but at the same time, I think that a lot of that had to do with the fact that they were heating it through fireplace heat or, boiler heat, and they weren't air conditioning it either. So I think that, and let's face it, they had more space too. The land was larger in most cases because it was, there weren't as many people. Land developers and these subdivisions and things weren't worried about making sure they could fit, 200 homes in a place. They were built as they needed them. But yeah, I agree with you. The older homes did have better space management. %, I agree with that. We so going to build a house we like, you decided to improve, but you're in and not go into a debt. Yep, agreed. Yeah, I mean, we would have loved to have bought a nicer home, but at the same time, it would have been much more expensive for us. Larger home, larger taxes, just the price of the home itself. And no home is perfect. No home is guaranteed to have no issues. I mean, we've had our issues with this one. I mean, you always have issues with older homes. This home is not really old. It was built in the 70s, so I mean it's older for sure, but it's not old. I wouldn't consider this an old home. But it did not come without its issues. We, like I told you guys before, we had those plumbing problems earlier in the year that really just put a monkey wrench into all of our plans for this year. That was a really, really expensive fix that we were not anticipating. And because they had to tear up the flooring in our master bedroom, because we're on a slab, so they had to tear up all the flooring in our master bedroom to fix it. That's why we ended up with new flooring. And yeah, we could have just put new flooring in the master bedroom, but it was like, you know what, if I'm going to make a mess of the house and I'm going to do this, I might as well, I had plans to do the bedrooms as it was, eventually Sunday, and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to have this crew out here, might as well just do it all at once. So that's why we decided to do it when we did. 100% Dawn. She says you got to live within your means. You got to do what's best for you. I agree. 100%. 100%. Some people are not apt to home ownership. Some people much prefer to rent because then, when things go wrong, it's somebody else's problem and not theirs. And I get that. I completely understand that. I am lucky enough to be able to own my own home because that's a thing nowadays. I mean, it's no longer a it's no longer a right. It's, are you lucky enough to be able to do it? So I'm lucky enough to be able to have done it. I don't think I would be able to do it again. I don't feel like I would, the situation that I'm in right now financially, I don't think if I didn't already own this home, I don't think I would be able to actually buy one. So I'm really, truly lucky that I'm in the situation that I'm in. All right, so we've got 3 blocks here that we now need to actually put together. So it looks like that's the next step, is putting these all together. So let's get to that. Like that. This one goes like that. Somebody asked me yesterday if the baby had returned, and they were referring to my baby lock sewing machine. And the answer to that question is yes, baby has returned. Right after our move into this room, baby had sustained a little bit of an injury. I don't think it didn't have anything to do with us moving or that. It was just a matter of I had not taken as good a care of her as I should have. And so she was kind of jammed up with some lint in the machine, which, I'm very diligent about cleaning her on a regular basis, but this particular situation was a matter of, it was a place where I could not reach. Only a professional could reach that place unless I took the whole machine apart myself, which I don't want to do because I'm terrified I can't put it back together. So I brought her into a professional, and they gave her a professional cleaning and a tune-up. So they tightened all of her bolts and made sure all the gears were working and things like that. And so she is back. She's returned to us. And she is working better than ever. I don't know if you guys can notice it at all, but she is quieter too. Like she wasn't really loud before, but I didn't realize that she was loud until I got her back, and I'm like, oh wow, she's actually really quiet. So this is your PSA that if you have a sewing machine, even if it's an inexpensive sewing machine, even if it's a lower, even if it's not a baby lock, even if it's just a brother or a senior, or you're an inexpensive sewing machine, it is a good idea to have it serviced at least every couple of years, depending on how often you use it. They have said that if you use your machine a lot, that you should, at least once a week is considered a lot, that you should actually have it serviced once a year. And that's, it does cost a little bit. It's, mine was, almost $200 to have them look at it. I think it was like $160, I think was the total. But it was worth it, because now I know everything's clean, everything's been, tuned up and re-oiled, and she's good to go for at least another year. And you know what? The $160 is still a whole lot cheaper than buying a new machine, because the machines nowadays, my goodness, the baby brother that I had out when she was in the shop, I had another machine that we were working on, and I referred to it as the baby brother. It was a brother machine. It was an HC 1850. I paid, when I bought that machine 4 or 5 years ago, I paid $135 for it. It was the first machine that I had bought for myself. The machine that I had before that had been given to me as a gift. So I know exactly how much I paid for that machine. I paid $135 for that machine. And I thought $135 for a sewing machine was a lot of money at the time. Nowadays, that same machine is going for at least $200. That's the price difference here. So, to me, paying $100, and Baby Lock, Baby was, I bought her on eBay, so I didn't pay nearly what I should have had to pay for her, but I bought her on eBay used, and, even to replace her is, really, really expensive. So $160 to clean and detail my machine, I'm okay with that. Because that's a whole heck of a lot cheaper than a brand new machine, for sure. A whole heck of a lot cheaper. It says, Danny, my dealer doesn't charge me at all. Ain't I lucky? Wow. Yes, you are extremely lucky. Wow, that is amazing. Maybe that's because, I'm assuming that's because you purchased the machine direct from them, Gazelle, and that could be part of the, you know, the customer loyalty. I'm assuming. I don't really know, but I'm guessing. I know that the quilt store that I bring my machine to for service, if you buy a machine from them, they will give you free service, free routine service for life. And that's just to try and keep the machine running, you know. But you have to bring it in like every year or something. I forget what the exact time frame is for it, but yeah, there's a time frame for it. Okay, you're being dumb. Gazelle says, I don't even know how many machines I have. My goodness. My goodness. Got caught up here. It did not like the bulk on this one, so I'm going to go grab this out here. Just a second. Don't really think that, yeah, this is that situation where there really is no good answer. We're going to try this again. Move back a little bit further. Come on. There we go. Ooh, that's a big gap there. Hang on. That's a huge gap. There's a gap right here, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick. Not quite sure how that happened, but we're gonna butt those seams up next to each other. Many of my embroidery machines and machines for all 4 kids. Wow, that's awesome. It's awesome that all 4 of your kids sew. That's really awesome. Tony was into fashion design when she was in high school. She was into fashion. I think she still is a little bit, but she was into that in high school. So we had bought her. She had gotten a sewing machine for Christmas one year. So she has her own machine. It's just a very basic machine, nothing too fancy. Actually, Lucas has been learning how to sew on it. So Tony has her own machine, but Taylor never was. Taylor is more creative and is more into the arts. She is more into painting, and she was doing card making for a little while. She was part of Stampin' Up. She was part of that for a little while. She was making her own cards. That was really cool. She did that for a little while. She was painting for a little while. She's more into the creative arts and with regard to that, you know, painting. She used to do drawings a lot. I have a bunch of her drawings. She was so talented when it came to drawings. Nowadays, she's more focused on school and work, so she really doesn't have a whole lot of time for hobbies, which is unfortunate. I wish that she would kind of make a little bit of time, because I feel like that might help her a little. But I also get it, you know. it's hard to do that stuff, you know. You got to be an adult. And going to school is obviously the most important thing for her right now. Her grades are the most important. But she does work a lot of hours. I think she's working like 32 hours a week to try and help pay for school. So Sylvia says, my chores are calling my name. Well, Sylvia, we can completely understand that. We apologize for the fact that they are calling your name, but we appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. It was a very low-key day. We're just kind of making some fun stuff. I was working on my Clue 1 for my Wild West so that I could catch up. You guys can see I just finished it here. And now I'm probably going to pull out another clue from Tree of Life and work on that real quick. I am trying to catch up on that. So just a real low-key day. I had a really, really busy week on the channel. Lots of live streams, lots of videos. So I just kind of decided that today was just going to be a chill day. So you guys can see here on the Zoom camera what this particular block looks like. I love these fabrics. Like, Lucas is not my son yet, but he, like he said, future son-in-law. He is the boyfriend of one of my daughters, or he was the boyfriend of one of my daughters, now fiance. They just recently got engaged a few weeks ago. He says just about a month ago. So that's really exciting. So, but he is the moderator for the channel. When I first started the channel, of all of my children, he was the only one that actually was participating and watching the channel. And so I said, well, I'll be, you know, if you're gonna sit and watch, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna put you to work. So I made him a moderator, and he's taken it from there. So he's been a huge part of the channel, a huge part of the family. Him and my daughter have been together for going on almost 6 years now. So it's really exciting. So yeah, that's who he is. He's sometimes he's here with me physically. Most of the time he's in chat with me, and if he's not in chat, I have got 2 other moderators that kind of help out when they need. But yes, this is such a pretty block. I love the fabric line. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with my choice. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. This is how I mark my pieces. You know, you do whatever you want, but this is how I do it. You just want to make sure if you are doing this that you do mark your pieces. You need to make sure that they are marked, because this will come in huge handy when we are doing our clues. When we do clue 10, which is the final reveal where we put everything together, you're really going to need to know what pieces are for what clue. So I always mark them with a little post-it note. It's a 1/4 of a post-it note. I put the clue number and how many pieces are there. That's just for me. And then I go ahead and I fold it up nice and neat, and I will tuck this into a Ziploc, and then all my pieces go into one Ziploc with the clue, and then eventually we will get to a point where we're able to put them together. So I don't have the Ziploc at the moment, so for now I'm just going to set this over here for now. We will come back to it. I'll go ahead and take this down, because that's going to go in this bin here that you guys see back here. This is my cotton cuts bin. I have all of my cotton cuts projects in here. There's so many of them in here. My goodness. So many. Lucas has put his project in here as well. So now he's got one in here too, which is fine. But here's Rosewood. That's the one we're going to be working on now. We're going to switch gears and move over to that one. Probably only going to get one clue of that done, and probably won't even finish it here on the stream. I'll probably have to finish it afterward. And that's okay. This box here. I think I'm on clue 6, 5, 6. Yeah, so I'm not too far behind. I'm only 2 clues behind now on this one. So we'll put together clue 6 real quick. I put mine back in the clue bag and reseal it. Yeah. That works too. Because each clue comes in this nice, cute little plastic bag. You can just see here. Comes in a plastic bag. You put it back in the plastic bag. And ours, if you get them prepaid, then they actually come with the clue number on them. So you could just use this. I put it in a Ziploc. That's just what I do. That is just what I do. So we're going to go ahead and make up clue 6 now of our Rosewood project. Put that up there. Hold on just a second. Let me put these away. Every once in a while, Tony will watch the channel. So, Tony, if you're watching, my pens are right here in case you wanted to steal them. She likes to steal my Cotton Cuts pens. She likes them because they're really thin. They work really well for her. Yep. Go. So yeah, you can absolutely reuse these plastic bags. These are nice plastic bags. And you can reuse them. I probably should, but I don't. I probably should. Alright, so you guys can see me here. I'm just sorting out my pieces by fabric type. Not by cut, just by fabric color. Looks like we've got a couple of them here today. We've got my colorway sitting there, so I know which colors I need. And we're going to go ahead. This one's only 2 pieces, so it should come together fairly quickly. We'll see how much we get done. Whatever I don't get done on camera, I will finish off camera. Okay, F squares is this one. I need 2 of those. And I need 2 B fabrics, which is these here. I need 4 of those. Oh, my nose is running. My allergies have been kicking in lately. It's getting to be that time of the year. And you guys know, if you've watched the channel for any length of time, you know my allergies are awful. And I've been trying to ramp up on my allergy meds. I've been trying to take twice as much. It never seems to fail. I try and nothing seems to work. I just kind of gotta work through it. Making sure I'm doing this right. Yesterday we made a really beautiful square and square block with our Tree of Life clue. We were doing clue 7 yesterday. We got to make a really pretty square and a square block. That was really cool. I love that particular type of block. It's one of my favorites. You may notice that I like to press my pieces with these clues. I like to press my pieces after each step, and that's just for me. That's just a personal preference for me. That is not a requirement. You can press them whenever you want. I have just found that doing that really makes everything lay nice and flat for me, and it just to me it just makes things easier. So that's why I do it. I know, like Sean from The Guy Who Sews, he hates ironing with a passion. And so he will like finger press it a little bit or use a seam roller, and then he'll press the whole thing when he's done. But I don't think that he presses after each step. Or at least he didn't used to. He may have changed his mind now. He may have seen the error of his ways. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, Gazelle, thank you so much. She says, Danny, I admire you keeping track of sewing and chat. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not always great about it. I make mistakes and I miss things, and I get really upset about it when I miss things. So, because I feel like, you know, you guys are taking time out of your busy day to hang out with me and be in chat, and it's, you know, as a content creator, as a live streamer, it is my responsibility to make sure that I'm acknowledging you, that I'm, you know, engaging with you. And so I get really upset with myself if I miss messages. But thank you for those kind words. Yeah, for mine stay all year long as well, but they do, my allergies you're talking about. My allergies do stay all year. I'm on maintenance medication for it all year round. But I will say that in the spring and the fall, especially, they ramp up even worse than normal. Gazelle's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. Thank you for that reminder, Gazelle. I really appreciate that. I've been weeding my yard and my allergies are a mess. Eyes look like I've been partying too hard. Nope. I would still own it, Katie. I'd just tell people, you know, at least that way you'd be... I get where you're coming from. Yeah, my eyes are... And that's why you guys saw me. I was just rubbing my eyes because they were starting to water on me. It's like, it's just terrible. Alright, set that aside for now. And now we're working on D and F. So that's... this one and that one. I'm going to sew these up together. Ooh. No. This. Short sides. Yep, short sides together. Always double check things. Or at least I try to. Oh, Gazelle, I love you guys too. Thank you for that. That's very kind of you to say. Very, very kind of you to say. I truly appreciate that. Just towards the D. And I gotta tell you, there are some days I feel like I've got it. Like, I feel like it's under control. Like, everything's fine. And then there are other days where I feel like I'm just completely spiraling. Like, I can't keep up with chat. I'm trying to finish a project and I keep making mistakes. And so there are days where I am like, I don't even know how I managed to do this because it is not working. Uh-oh. See? Just like right now. I think I've managed to sew this up wrong. So let's see, F. Yep. This one's upside down. Yep. So see? Right there. But you know what? Everybody makes mistakes and we all have to learn from them. And so that's one of the nice things about this too is, you know, when I do make a mistake, pull out the divorce lawyer. I take the pieces apart and, you know, we work with it. We own it. It's all right. It happens. I can't tell you. There has been a couple of times where I've had to take the same piece apart like 4 or 5 times. Like just 4 or 5 times I've had to take the same thing apart. Hi, Anna. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sewed up the wrong sides. I wasn't paying close enough attention, and it's alright, it happens. But yeah, there's been a couple of times, especially on the Olympia quilt, I remember a couple of videos, because that one was mostly videos, and I remember a couple of videos where there were a couple of clues, and it was like, I had to take it apart and put it back together 2 or 3 times. Because I just, for whatever reason, my brain would just not wrap around the clue that we were supposed to be doing. And none of these clues are difficult. I don't ever want anybody to think that these are difficult. These are not difficult at all. Like, you know, Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl, they've been hanging out with us for the Tree of Life project. They are not quilters. Mama Joyce has been a sewer for a long time, but she's an apparel sewer. She's a hemmer. She's a apparel sewer. She's redoing she's done some upholstery fabric things before. She's not a quilter. Not a piecer, not a quilter. She doesn't work with small pieces like this. It's just not her thing. And, you know, and Sherlock Cheryl she's a crafter. She's not even a sewer. She's a crafter. You know, she'll pull out her sewing machine if she needs to for certain things, but for the most part, she does a lot of hand sewing. If she has to put something together, she'll hand sew it together because it's usually only a few stitches. You know, it's not anything crazy. But they're both really enjoying this PMQ. They did not join the Wild West one because they didn't really... it's just not something that they needed to do. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And Lucas, you guys saw, for those of you who haven't yet, you need to go check it out. Lucas has joined our Wild West PMQ, and he's never even been behind the machine. Like, he's never sewn anything before in his life. And other than a couple of quick lessons from me about safety on using the machine and how to use it in the different parts, he put together a whole clue and never had to pull Jack out at all. An entire clue! And he never had to pull it out once. And, you know, me, I've already had to pull it out twice. So, I mean, that's got to tell you something. I mean, if you're an experienced sewer, these should be no problem for you at all. And if you're not an experienced sewer, that's okay. There are plenty of avenues out there to help you kind of work through it. Cotton Cuts has a live stream that they do of the clue, so you could follow them if you wanted to. It's a live Zoom sew-along that they do. For free of charge, completely free. If you've purchased the PMQ, then you are eligible to join. And they will answer any questions you have. They have a bunch of ambassadors that can help answer your questions. I am happy to answer questions as well. I am not an ambassador, but I'm happy to answer questions also. And I think I ran out of thread again. I think I ran out of another bobbin. Woo! I just made it. Like, that was the end of the bobbin. Yes! Won that race. Woohoo! Won the bobbin race. Which is nice, because I was trying to get rid of these two little bobbins of thread, and I was trying to get rid of them. So now I'm onto my full-size bobbin, which is great. This is, for white and black thread, I always keep 2 bobbins full at a time. Always. I always have a backup. So when the bobbin goes empty, what I do is, you saw me do it, I put the empty bobbin up here where my bobbin threader is. I put it up here to remind me, when I go to pull this thread off, I'll see that bobbin there, and that'll remind me, oh, I need to wind another bobbin. So I will wind that bobbin and then put it away. That's how my brain works. That's how I do things. That's how I stay organized. That's how I keep things together. Oof. All right. Get this one pulled out here. Move Jack out of the way. Hopefully you don't have to come out again today, Jack. Hopefully you will not have to come out again today. Put these up. I saw somebody, I think it was Judy, that mentioned that she likes to iron after she does each piece as well. Judy, I just find that to be easier. I like it when things will lay nice and flat for me for the next step. That's a personal preference. It's not a requirement, but I feel like it makes things run a little bit smoother. E and C. Dawn says, well, I gotta run. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate you hanging out with us, even if it was only for a little bit. We've got a little bit left to do here, but I think I'm going to actually end the stream a little bit early today. I've been having some stomach cramps here throughout the live stream, and I'm kind of wondering what that's all about. Something's not right. So let me check it on that. We'll put together a few more pieces, see how far we get. Yes, Linda, I did eat this morning. I had breakfast this morning. I always make sure that I eat before breakfast or before my live streams, because otherwise I get really, 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 really hungry. And I had some eggs this morning, so I don't think it's that. I I've been having some stomach issues the last week or so. Something's going on. I'm not sure. Not too big of a deal. I'm not overly concerned about it. It's not like I'm going to get sick here on the camera. It's nothing like that. Just a little bit of light cramping. I think maybe if I went to the bathroom, it would be fine. It's okay. No big deal. We'll get through. But yes, I did eat this morning. I try to make sure that I always eat a small meal before I go on camera. Just so that, my sugar levels stay good and things like that. I mean, I'm not diabetic, but my whole family is. So, you're kind of conscious of that stuff. We're just about done with the clue anyway. Well, I shouldn't say that. We're only about halfway there. It'll go together pretty quick. We'll see. We've only got about 15 minutes left of the stream anyway, so we'll be okay. The B fabric is this one, and this one gets attached to the bottom of the C fabric. So down here like this. It's like this. All right. Lots of people playing around with those thimbles today. That's awesome. I love seeing that. This piece, line it up onto that one, and spin it around. There we go. Looks like there's a heist game going on. If you haven't already, make sure you get in on that. You can do exclamation point heist space and then the number of thimbles that you're willing to risk in chat. You can only risk as many thimbles as you've got, and I think Lucas has the limit set at like 1,000 or something. I don't remember. I just let him take care of that stuff. I don't know exactly how much he has going. I know how to do it all, but he takes care of that for me. And then the computer will randomly select a winner or winners. Sometimes there's multiple winners. Just a little fun thing to play besides the slots machine game that's there. Oh, thank you, Gazelle. That's very kind of you. The thimbles thing is it's kind of neat. It was something that I found. I follow a lot of. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a computer gamer as well as a quilter. I like computer games, and so I actually have a couple of YouTube friends that are in the gaming communities. That and one of them has this points program. Their channel is a little bit different. They don't use thimbles. Because you can name it whatever you want, and so theirs is named differently. But it's basically the same thing. They have this. It's a points program. It's something written into Streamlabs, which is the streaming service that I use for my streaming, And so I decided to try it out because I hadn't seen anybody else on our Facebook community, sorry, on our YouTube communities doing it yet. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'll give it a try, give it a go. We'll see if it works. And it it seems to be what everybody, one of the many things, of course, that everybody really likes on the channel. So I'm really glad that everybody enjoys it. I'm grateful that I'm able to give away gifts because of it. I really enjoy that part of it. That's why I am always encouraging you guys to trade in your thimbles, because it's my way of being able to thank you for hanging out with me, interacting with me throughout the day. And actually I can set it up too. I have not done it yet, but I'm thinking of doing it where you can use your thimbles to redeem merchandise as well. That's an option that they have set up. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to set that up at some point. I just haven't done it yet. Why do I feel like I'm doing something wrong here? No, only two. Okay, only two. So this way goes this way. Just like that. Okay. I don't know why I felt like I was doing something wrong. I'm like, why is there too many pieces here? There's not. Oh, I made too many of those. Like, why? See, this is what happens when you're not really paying attention. I am paying attention, but I'm also kind of distracted, and so I'm keep making mistakes. That's alright. They're fixable. They are fixable. But thank you very much for pointing that out, Gazelle. I appreciate it. I'm glad to know that you guys like that stuff, that's something that you enjoy. Beautiful fabric. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Yeah. How many thimbles needed for cotton cuts kit? Just kidding. I mean, you know, if I were to become an ambassador, that could be a thing. I mean, that could be a thing. You know, it could be a giveaway. Excuse me. If I were to be lucky enough to become an ambassador one day, that could be a thing. Right now, though, you could become a special guest, or you could choose our next project. Those are options for you. And by choose the next project, what that means is basically I would reach out to you via email. We would discuss it via email or Zoom call if you prefer. And I would give you a list of the projects that I have in my stash, or things that I plan to do over the next few weeks or months. And we would talk about it. Or if you have a favorite pattern that you would love to see us make on the channel, I'd ask you to share that pattern with us. Even if I need to purchase it, that's fine. And then we could go through my stash of fabrics and kind of discuss a color pattern. And we would make it on the channel. That is what that particular redemption is for. It's a way for you to help contribute to the channel of no monetary value, but you know, then that particular series would be basically dedicated to you, because you know, we would mention your name on every time we made it. Be a pretty big thing. We've never had anybody redeem that before, and honestly, right now I don't have the room for a new project just yet, but we would get there eventually. All right. I accidentally added those blocks and I shouldn't have. So let's grab this now. E and C. So E is this one. And C is this one. So it's going to lay this way. And then this is B. which is on this side. This is A, which is on this side. Gazella's getting ready for vacation. Where are you headed? Where are you going? I'm hoping somewhere fun. I know Judy's getting ready to visit Kankakee. I know that. Lots of fun things to do in Kankakee. It's not far from here. Not far from me. We drive through there a lot when we're going down to the southern states or southern state. What do I got back here? Oh, I got these two that I haven't pressed these yet. Wow, I'm getting distracted here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Didn't mean to disclude anyone. Lots of new faces or new names in chat today. I love seeing that. I love meeting our newer subscribers. I know we've had a handful of new subscribers come through in the recent weeks, and I'm always excited to get to know them better. Like I would love to be able to chat with them more. So if you are a new subscriber, we'd love to know more about you. If you're willing to share a little bit about yourself in chat, don't give us any specifics. You know, we want to protect your privacy. But you know, what state are you from? What city? If it's a major city, or what major city are you near? We'll say that. What major city are you near? Don't necessarily tell us what city you're from. What projects are you working on? How did you find the channel? You know, those types of things. We'd love to hear more about it. I always like to know how people find the channel because I think it's really neat to hear kind of their journey to our locale. Somebody recommended them, or they found us through searching, or they found my picture on CotCut's website. I still think that is just so cool. Mama Joyce mentioned that yesterday, that we have a picture from our channel on CotCut's website. It's really, really cool. It is truly an honor. And it's like not even a finished project. I had posted a picture on Instagram, and I always tag Cotton Cuts and everything that I all of their projects that I do for them. But I posted a picture that, you know, of a teaser picture of when I got the package and how excited I was to get started with it. It was the Floral States of America project, and I posted a picture on Instagram and Facebook and tagged Cotton Cuts in it. And they grabbed it and they put it on their website. And I thought that was just... And I didn't know anything about it. Like, they never said anything to me. And that's totally fine. Like, I'm not complaining at all. I think it's totally fine that they did it. You know, and I tagged them in it. So they are legally able to do that if they choose. And they totally could. And I just thought it was just so neat that they did. And I know it's like no big deal, like it's just a picture, like it's not like they said, you know, this is Danny from, you know, So Not an Expert, or they didn't do any type of advertising for me at all. All they did was put my picture up there. But I think it's just such a cool honor. Where am I again? I am in northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago. I am 2 towns over from the second largest town in second largest city of state of Illinois. Second largest, third largest. It's one of the larger ones. I don't remember which one it is, but it's up in northern Illinois. this one goes to the top. Like this. Crap. What did I do wrong? Y'all, I need to take a nap because apparently I keep putting these together wrong. How did I manage that? Huh. A, B, C, E. Yep, I did. I flipped it over. Oh my gosh. I must be tired. I think I need a nap because I've just managed to put all these pieces together wrong. Like a dummy. I flipped them all. I put the A and the B on the wrong sides. I swear I laid them out correctly, so I must have grabbed them wrong. I'll have to go back and watch the replay and see what I did wrong. I do that sometimes. You know, when I know I've made a couple of mistakes. Danny, in the end of the year, you can connect the different companies to an influencer for their fabrics. I have helped people before with this. Interesting. Gazelle, I would love to be a supporter of Michael Miller Fabrics. Michael Miller Fabrics are one of my favorite fabric lines because I love his colors. I love the colors for Michael Miller. I would love to be an ambassador for them. Oh my gosh. The west coast of Sweden. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That's going to be an awesome vacation. That's going to be an awesome vacation. I'm really jealous. Stitching with the Sisterlies. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. I don't think that I've ever seen your name pop up in our chat before, so good morning. You said this is the coolest idea ever for the sewing and stitching community. Are we talking about the live stream? Is this what fill me in here? I feel like I'm missing something, and I want to make sure that I understand. What is the coolest idea? What is it? There's just the cotton cuts as itself. And then Lorraine says, Dee, when you're sewing by yourself, do you ever find yourself talking out loud as if you're doing a live stream? Well, here's the funny part about that, Lorraine, is I actually started this channel because I'm always talking to myself. So I felt like, and that's why there was really no fear with me when I started the channel about talking to myself, because I do it all the time anyway. You know, so I'm always in here, like, just talking to myself about things. I don't necessarily talk this loud to myself. It's usually more of a whisper. And that's why you will still hear me every once in a while, like, whisper something to myself. But yes, I do. And I did before, and I yeah, that really hasn't changed. Naomi says, you've been live streaming with us since yesterday afternoon. You're entitled to make mistakes. Oh, well, honey, this will be my 4th live stream in the last week. So, yeah, I've had enough live streams to last me a lifetime. So we had the Sunday stream, then we had, well, not 4th, 3rd. No, this will be the 4th one. Because we had our Sunday stream last week, then we did a Wednesday live stream, then we did a Saturday live stream, and now I'm back doing a Sunday live stream. So, yes, I am entitled to make mistakes, and I've been making just an absolute ton of them today with this particular clue. Thank goodness I'm not actually giving you guys instructions, and I'm just kind of doing it, so you don't really notice that I'm making mistakes. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. Like I said, I've had clues where they just, my brain will not wrap around them for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they just will not wrap around my brain. And that seems to be the case with this particular clue. This is the 3rd time I've had to pull Jack out. You're doing lives while selling a project. I've always been scared to. The Streamlab games while viewers interact. I think it's awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much for all of that. Though that is, I am so glad that you said that. And thank you for clarifying that as well. I wanted to make sure I understood before I tried to make a comment. You know, I'm not the only one that does it. Obviously, there are much, much, much bigger stream channels out there that are doing live streams. But I truly enjoy it. It's something that I've kind of come to know and to love, and I miss it when I don't do it. Because, you know, we went that 3-week hiatus there for a little bit, and I was lost. I truly was lost without it. It has become a big part of my life. I schedule things around it to make sure that I can do it because I get a lot of joy out of it. And I am so glad to hear that you get joy out of it as well. That it's not just me. It's not just me. I love doing it, and I'm so glad that you guys are here to join me on this journey. You know, I'm so grateful to you when you guys are able to hang out with me for the day. I'm just triple checking, make sure I do this right. I don't want to make the same mistake twice. You know, you got to learn from your mistakes. I truly appreciate that. Those are probably one of the kindest words I've heard in a long time. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And it's an honor. It truly is an honor. I mean, I every time I get a view, you know, when I turn my live stream on and I see that there's people waiting. They're waiting for me to go live. It's such an honor to know that you guys are willing to take time out of your busy day to spend a little bit of time with me. Like, that just floors me. It truly floors me. Like, I every time I get, you know, when I post a video or, you know, a live stream or whatever, I'm just so shocked that people want to spend time with me. Like, and I know that might sound silly to some of you, but it's just not something that I ever thought would happen. Oh, well, Stitching with Sisterlies, thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate you giving me a shout out on your channel. I apologize, I didn't realize you had a channel. If Lucas is still in chat, I will ask him to make sure that he creates a link for you on our channel, because I like to promote as many of our content creator friends as I can. So, you know, I will try to make sure that we get a link set up for you for that, and I appreciate you you doing the same. That's true, Gazelle. You get joy too, and I agree with that. I truly appreciate it. Okay, this way. But thank you very much for the shout out. I mean, that's obviously never something that I require, or the only thing I've ever asked of anyone on this channel is just to watch. Just come hang out with me and watch. Whether that be a live stream if you can make it, or a replay later, that's all I've ever asked. Is just hang out with me. You know? Help me learn this amazing craft. You know? But that's really all I've ever asked of anybody on this channel, is just to help me learn. Help me learn, help me grow. Maybe one day, you know, I'll be able to consider myself an expert, but Lord knows that is not the case right now, as is evident by the 4 times I've had to pull out the seam ripper. Please tell me that I did this right this time. Let's check. C is in the bottom. B is over here. Okay. Phew. Did it right this time. Alright, last step in putting this together, and then we will say goodbye for the afternoon, but let's go ahead and put this together first. Got 2 seams to match up here. Let's go ahead and get these together. So if you are still, I know there was a couple of people that mentioned at the beginning of the stream, if they're still considering joining the Wild West PMQ or any PMQ from Cotton Cots or any other project from Cotton Cots, I truly hope that my episodes and my videos are helping you to make that determination, right? Or yes or no, whichever it prefers, you know, whichever is better for you. I hope that my videos are helping you to make that decision. I hope that it's a decision of yes, so that you can join along with us, but I also understand it's not for everyone. You know, some people are not into that. Some people can't afford it because it's you know, it's out of their budget. They have very, very tight budgets, and it's not something they can afford. That is also why we have other projects on the channel that we do here. Because I understand not everybody can do a prepaid project like this. Not everybody has that extra income, that disposable income that they can use. So that's why we have other projects on the channel that we do also. This one I pushed to the wrong way. I pushed this seam to the wrong way, so I'm just going to re-push that over so that it doesn't screw things up for me. There we go. So you know you are in the algorithm. Oh, I popped up in your YouTube search. Oh, that is so awesome to hear. Yes, it is nice to know that I am in the algorithm. Thank you for that. I don't think we ever become experts. Oh, I disagree with that because every person in my chat is an expert. Every person in my chat is an expert. Every person in our Facebook group is an expert, except for me. I think Streamlabs is even an expert at this point. So I disagree with that statement. I think everyone else is an expert because they have helped me tremendously. But that's really cool that you found me through a YouTube search. That's actually pretty cool. That's really cool. Thank you. If you're not already, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and make sure to click that notification bell so that you're notified the next time we go live. I do live streams every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. The first Sunday of every month, it's a half an hour later because we do virtual breakfast with my kids. That will start up again here in September now that they're all back at school. We're doing our first one the first Sunday in September, and that will run through April. And then the notification is not just for live streams, it's also for videos as well, because you are so kind, Kathy. Thank you. We also have been doing a new video series on the channel, The Floral States of America. It's something that I signed up for. Again, another Cotton Cuts project. It just so happens Cotton Cuts has had a lot of really cool projects come out recently, and that's why I have so many of them on the channel. Normally, I don't have this many. Normally, we only have one or two. But there just happen to be so many really cool things that they've come up with recently, and I've just had so much fun with them. That's why I've got so many. But we do have other ones. We've got our Tiffany project. We've got our Resilient project. We're going to be starting a new one called Firelight in September. In September. And then in October, I'm going to have to look again. We're starting another new project soon enough that we'll be working on as well. And we're going to be doing that one with Mama Joyce. So lots of fun things coming up on the channel this year. And of course, there's your splatter of miscellaneous projects that come in as well. Well, there you guys go. There's the clue. Clue 6 of my redwood project. I love this colorway. I don't know why. It just spoke to me. And I had to have it. So that's why I signed up for this one. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was just trying to think about what we're doing. We have a bunch of new stuff coming up with the channel. Of course, I like to splatter a mixture of miscellaneous smaller projects in there every once in a while because I get bored easily, and that's why we never do the same thing twice in a row. We have a lot of longer term projects that we work on that we pick up on at least once a month. So if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to check out the channel page itself and check out there's a playlist there. There's a section there that says new projects or what we're currently working on. It'll show you all the projects that we're running right now. I think I have 5 of them going right now. I think there's 5 going right now. Lots of fun stuff. Because we just started Wild West, so I think that was the 5th one that we just started. But as we drop off a project, a new one picks up. And that's just kind of how we keep going. Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. That is our standard. We have one Saturday stream a month, which we just did yesterday. So that was a lot of fun. That is our puzzle mystery quilt. We call that our After Dark edition because it's Saturday evening. That was a lot of fun because there's beverages involved. And then there's a bit of a drinking game involved in that one. It's more for adults than children. And then we're also going to be doing a Wednesday stream at least once a month. I'm actually going to try and squeeze a second one into a month. Probably coming up here soon for something else. But that one is our Wild West Wednesday. So we're working on our Wild West clues for that. And that one is with Lucas, because Lucas is actually going to be doing that one with us. So Lucas and I switched spots. So we just did our first episode of that on Wednesday. Make sure you check that out. It was a lot of fun. Lucas was so nervous. So nervous. He was so cute. It was cute how nervous he was. But he did calm down. He kind of got into his own. And he said when I turned the camera off, he goes, "That was a lot of fun." He goes, "Now I know why you do this every week, because that was a lot of fun." And I'm like, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. That's for sure. So, all right, friends, that is it for our stream for this week. It was just a Whips and UFOs. You know, it was a really busy week on the channel. We did a lot of things, and so I really didn't have a project that I wanted to focus on, because you guys saw, I struggled even with this, trying to stay focused. So I thought it's probably better to just kind of do some miscellaneous stuff for a little while. Let me flip the camera here so my hand doesn't look quite so red. Give me a second. There we go. So, you know, we just kind of took a day to just kind of reset a little bit, do some fun stuff on the channel. Nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting. But thank you so much to all of our new subscribers, all of our new friends. I've had such a pleasure getting to know you all better. And I hope that you'll be able to continue to join us. We will see you again next Sunday for another live stream. And I'm hoping to have 2 more videos up for you guys this week as well. I'm hoping for Tuesday, Thursday. We'll see how things go for that. But we'll have 2 more videos for our Floral States of America. We're a little behind on that. So we've got about 10 states to go before we catch up. So it'll be a little bit you'll see them quite a bit for a little bit there, but I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm learning a little bit more about every state. It's really kind of neat, things that I didn't know, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on too when I'm writing the script for those, is I'm trying to focus on fun facts. I mean, there's a little bit about the history, there's a little bit about the state and where it's located, things like that, but for the most part, I'm trying to focus on fun facts. Fun things that have come up with that state, and so it's a lot of fun. The next one you'll be seeing coming up is... Give me a second. I will think about it. It's not... I think it's... I know Connecticut is in there, but it's not... Connecticut's not the next one. There's something else coming up. So I think it's Georgia. Georgia is the next one you'll see. So Georgia is one of the... We are moving to a southern state for a minute. We're going to talk about Georgia. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You'll see that one coming up here soon. And then you will see Connecticut. And then I'm not sure what the next ones are after that. I'm going to have to look. All right, friends. Thank you again so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you being here, hanging out with me, helping me work through all these silly mistakes that I was making, and still helping me to laugh and have a good time. I hope that I have done the same for you, and feel free to check out one of the other replays for one of our other videos. We've got a bunch of them up there. Hang on the channel page. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. You can do !links, that's LINKS, in chat. It'll give you links to both our Facebook and our Instagram. Go check us out there. We're always doing fun stuff over there too. And thank you again so much to all of our new subscribers, and of course all of our current subscribers as well. I love spending time with you guys so much. So thanks for that. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you again next Sunday. Bye for now.
Your eyes when me I die. Skin up in the show. You know your knee. Floating on the clouds. What the eyes felt in my head spinning round and round. Miracle after flavors on your lips. Sweet common and a gun on a bubble tea trip.